Virgo, something irreversible shifted in the dynamic between you and that person over the last 24 hours. This is not a tiny, trivial mood swing or a passing moment of irritation. It is a quiet, seismic energy shift that neither of you can undo, even if you tried. For weeks, the two of you have been dancing around each other, tiptoeing through unspoken feelings, overthinking every text, every glance, every small interaction to make sure you did not reveal too much of how much you care. But in the last 24 hours, that fragile, carefully balanced illusion of just casual shattered completely. And now the no contact space you have fallen into is not giving them the calm, detached distance they thought they wanted. It is driving them absolutely crazy. Let me walk you through exactly what changed. Because Virgos are the masters of missing these subtle, unspoken shifts when you are too busy overanalyzing every tiny detail of your own actions. Over the last 24 hours, they saw something or realized something that they could not unsee. It might have been a small throwaway moment they witnessed you having with a friend, where you laughed so hard you forgot to perform that polished, put together version of yourself you show the world. It might have been a random old memory that popped up on their social media feed, reminding them of the first time you two met and how you made them feel so seen in a way no one else ever has. It might have been a quiet late night moment where they sat alone and suddenly it hit them like a ton of bricks. They do not just like you, they are not just casually interested. They are completely, totally attached to you, and the thought of not having you in their life is unbearable. That is the shift. For months, they have been telling themselves they could keep this light, keep this low stakes, keep their feelings under control. But in the last 24 hours, that lie they have been telling themselves crumbled. They can no longer pretend you are just some random person they talk to sometimes. They can no longer brush off how much they check their phone waiting for your name to pop up. They can no longer ignore the fact that every single song on their random playlist now reminds them of you. And the worst part, right now, there is no contact between you two. No texts, no calls, no small casual check-ins to ground them. That silence is not peaceful for them. It is loud. It is deafening. It is making every single one of their overthinking spiral 10 times harder. They are replaying every single interaction you two ever had on loop in their head. They are cringing at that one dumb joke they told last week that they are now convinced you thought was cringy. They are rereading your old text threads, line by line, trying to find every tiny little sign that you feel the same way they do. They are overanalyzing that one 3-second eye contact you shared at the last group hangout, wondering if you felt that same electric spark they felt. They are even making up stupid little scenarios in their head. What if you met someone new in the last 24 hours? What if you forgot about them already? What if they messed this all up by waiting too long to say how they feel? That no contact space you two are in right now is not giving them room to breathe. It is torturing them. Because every second that passes without hearing from you, their brain is inventing 10 new worst case scenarios about what you are doing, who you are with, and how little you might be thinking about them. The craziest part, they never thought this would happen to them. They thought they were the one who could stay detached. They thought they were the one who could keep their feelings locked down, who could walk away at any time without getting hurt. But you broke that. You did not even try. You just existed as your quiet, thoughtful, overthinking, caring Virgo self, and you snuck right past all their walls. Now they are stuck in this no contact limbo and they hate every single second of it. They keep picking up their phone to text you, typing out a whole long message, and then deleting it 10 times in a row. They are scared if they reach out, they will look too desperate. They are scared if they tell you how they feel, you will pull away. They are scared they will ruin the perfect little dynamic you two have built. But at the same time, the silence is so unbearable that they can barely focus on anything else. They cannot get any work done. They cannot enjoy hanging out with their friends. Every little thing they see, every song they hear, every place they walk past reminds them of you. You might have thought this no contact period was a quiet, uneventful lull. You might have been using this time to catch up on your chores, to get ahead on your work projects, to do that little self-care routine you love. You might have even thought they were not thinking about you at all, that they were totally fine with the space. But that is the farthest thing from the truth. They are not fine. They are unraveling. Every hour that passes without a single word from you makes their feelings for you grow bigger, not smaller. They are realizing right now, in this silence, just how much you matter to them. They are realizing that all that time they spent playing it cool, holding back, not making a move, was a waste. They are kicking themselves for not telling you how they felt sooner, for not grabbing that chance when they had it. This 24-hour shift is not going to fade. It is not going to go back to the way things were before. They can not unsee what they realized. They cannot go back to pretending you are just a casual friend. The no contact is only amplifying their feelings, making them more intense, more urgent, more impossible to ignore. Very soon, that carefully built self-control they have been clinging to for months is going to snap. They are not going to be able to delete that text one more time. They are not going to be able to sit with this silence one more night. They are going to reach out. And when they do, you are going to be able to tell immediately that something is different. Their energy will be more vulnerable, more honest, less guarded than you have ever seen it. They will not be playing games anymore. They will not be hiding behind that cool, detached act, because the last 24 hours of silence drove them so crazy that they finally got the courage to stop pretending. For you, Virgo, this is the payoff for all that patience you have had, all that time you spent overthinking if they cared, all that time you held back your own feelings because you did not want to rush something that was not ready. It is all leading to this. The shift that happened in the last 24 hours is the moment they stopped being scared of their feelings for you. The no contact that you might have thought was a bad sign, it was actually the thing that pushed them over the edge, that made them stop hiding, that made them finally admit to themselves that they want you fully and completely. Do not be surprised if you hear from them very, very soon. And when you do, you will know. You will feel that difference in their energy. That is the shift. That is the moment all that quiet, unspoken attention they have been giving you for months finally boils over into something real. The no contact did not push them away. It made them realize exactly how much they can not stand to be without you. And that is the best possible news you could get right now. Let me dive even deeper into the tiny, specific details of what they have been going through in these last 24 hours. The little moments you would never have guessed were happening behind the scenes. Yesterday morning, they woke up and reached for their phone before they even opened their eyes, the same way they have done every single morning for the last 2 months. Their thumb hovered over your contact name for 1-2 full seconds before they remembered you two are in no contact right now. They told themselves it was a good idea, that the space would help them clear their head, that they would stop overthinking you if they just gave it a few days. But that first thought of you, the very first thing in their day, hit them so hard it made their chest ache. They rolled over, stared at their ceiling for 10 minutes, and could not shake the image of your smile out of their head. They tried to distract themselves by scrolling through their social media feed, but every other post was something that reminded them of you. A friend posted a photo of that little bakery you dragged them to last month, the one with the matcha croissants you raved about for 3 days. A meme popped up that was exactly the kind of dumb niche joke you would send them at 2 a.m. to make them laugh when they were stressed. Even a random ad for that weird indie documentary you said you wanted to watch together popped up on their feed, and they felt like the universe was trolling them, rubbing your absence right in their face. They dragged themselves out of bed, got dressed, and headed to their usual coffee shop, the one they have been going to for 3 years. But when they walked in, the barista who knows their order said, "Hey, the usual? Or are you getting that lavender latte you always get when you bring that friend of yours around?" And that one tiny offhand comment broke them. They did not even realize the barista had noticed you two showing up together, that other people could see how much you two are connected. They mumbled something about just the usual, sat down in their usual corner booth, and for a second they almost cried. They realized that every single part of their daily routine now has a little piece of you tucked into it. Their coffee order, their commute route, the playlist they listen to on their way to work, none of it feels the same anymore because you are not there to share it with. They spent the whole workday half distracted. Their boss asked them 3 times if they were feeling okay because they kept zoning out mid-meeting, staring at the wall, replaying that one time you rested your hand on their arm when you laughed at their bad joke. They could not focus on their spreadsheets. They could not answer their emails. Every single task felt like a chore because their brain was 100 miles away, stuck on you. By the time they got home last night, they were completely unraveled. They made themselves a frozen dinner, sat on their couch, and turned on that show they have been binging for weeks. But 10 minutes into the episode, they realized they were not even watching it. They were staring at the spot on their couch where you sat last time you came over, the night you two stayed up until 3 a.m., talking about all your weird childhood fears, all the little dreams you never tell anyone else. They grabbed their phone, opened your chat, and typed out a whole paragraph. "I miss you. I have been thinking about you nonstop for 24 hours. And I cannot do this no contact thing anymore. I was so stupid to pretend I did not care, because I care more about you than I have ever cared about anyone." They stared at that message for 5 whole minutes, their thumb hovering over the send button. And then, like they have done 20 times before, they deleted it. But this time, it felt different. This time, deleting it did not make them feel better. It made them feel worse. They threw their phone across the couch, laid back, and stared at the ceiling for an hour. And that is when the shift happened. That is when they finally stopped lying to themselves. That is when they admitted they do not want to keep playing this game. They do not want to keep pretending they are fine without you. They do not want to waste one more day of their life wondering what could happen if they just stopped being scared. This is not some fleeting, temporary feeling that will fade after a good night's sleep. This is a permanent shift in how they see you, how they see this connection. Before these last 24 hours, they could have walked away. They could have brushed this off as a little crush, moved on, and never thought about it again. But now, they cannot. Now, You are the standard. Every other person they meet will be compared to you. Every other date they go on will feel boring, shallow, and empty because no one else will ever see them the way you do. No one else will remember that they hate cilantro, that they get anxious before big meetings, that they love that terrible 90s rom-com. They are too embarrassed to admit they watch on repeat. No one else will make them feel as safe, as seen, as completely at home as you do. And here is the thing that most people will never tell you about no contact. It does not make people forget you. It does not make them move on. It only works if their feelings for you were shallow to begin with. If their feelings are real, if they are deep, the silence only makes them grow. Every empty space, every quiet moment, every little reminder of you that pops up in their day, it all piles up until you are all they can think about. That is exactly what is happening to them right now. They are not pulling away. They are falling harder. They are just stuck in that last little moment of panic, that last little bit of fear before they finally work up the courage to reach out. As a Virgo, you are used to being the one who plans everything, who controls every detail, who knows exactly what is going to happen next. But right now, you do not have to do anything. You do not have to overthink what to text them. You do not have to make the first move. You do not have to analyze every single little thing you did wrong to make this no contact happen. All you have to do is wait, because they are coming. They are going to break. That carefully built wall of self-control they have been hiding behind for months is already cracking. The last 24 hours pushed it so close to breaking point, it is only a matter of time before it shatters completely. When they reach out, it will not be some casual, generic, hey, what's up text. It will be different. It will be honest. It will be vulnerable. They will not be able to hide how much they have been thinking about you. They will probably stumble over their words a little. They will probably admit that they have been overthinking this for days, that they deleted 10 different messages before they finally sent this one. And when that happens, do not panic. Do not pull back. Do not fall into that old Virgo habit of overanalyzing every single word they say, looking for a hidden flaw, a hidden catch. This is real. This is the thing you have been waiting for. All that quiet, unspoken tension, all those months of dancing around each other, all that no contact silence that was driving you a little crazy too, it was all leading to this. That 24-hour shift was the final push they needed, and now everything between you two is about to change for good. You do not have to fix this. You do not have to organize this. You do not have to make it perfect. All you have to do is show up exactly as you are. The version of you that is overthinking, that is a little messy, that cares so deeply about the people you love, that is the version they fell for. That is the version they have been missing for the last 24 hours. And very soon, they are going to tell you that out loud. And it is going to be better than anything you could have ever planned for yourself.